All right, here we go. Rob, second try. How are you, Rob?
I'm great, Mike. How are you doing?
I'm good. The first 5 minutes of this podcast, we were recording, and I didn't record Rob, and so we're starting again.
Really,
So,
loss.
what's that? Yeah, it was probably the most riveting 5 minutes of podcasting that's ever been podcasted in the history of the world.
The greatest podcast.
I know. It's only for me and you. I feel like this is a very special thing. Like only you and I experienced that 5 minutes of the world. So
everybody else is fucked.
Exactly. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah.
Plugging away.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to Thanksgiving?
Nah, fuck Thanksgiving. I'm straight to Christmas. Let's do this.
I agree.
I'm ready to move it up. Got the Christmas decorations up outside.
I know.
Hauling totes upstairs. I've taken 15 totes upstairs, and I'm halfway done. I'll let that sink in.
You've taken 15 totes of Christmas stuff upstairs.
Yes.
And you're halfway done.
Yes.
I don't know your house, but I feel like I've never been there, but that feels like way too many decorations for your house. No?
It's 2020, Mike. I'm ready to blow Christmas right out. Let's just do it.
Dude, that's so funny. I've never been the type of person that wanted to put like a ton of decorations. I mean, I think it looks great, but I'm too lazy to do it. But because I'm so ready to put this year out of here, I'm like, I just want like the biggest Christmas lights, ridiculousness outside. I don't care if it's playing music. People come from miles away to see it. I just want to get that shit out there.
Yeah, dude. Let's just slam it into Christmas gear and float right in through the end of 2020.
I think so. Yeah.
Plus, I'm sick of looking at everything in my fucking house. I want to cover it all up with like ribbons and green and fucking Santa Claus, so I don't have to see the same fucking shit in my house. I'm looking at 9 fucking months.
I know, right? It's so funny because like I have to I go to work. My wife stays here and teaches from home, so she says a lot of the same things. Like she's just tired of being in the house, you know. And in fact, she sent me a text the other day at work. She's saying, you know, me and Cole, my son, both have, we're feeling, we have like a headache and upset stomach today or something like that. And I was like, do you want to go get tested for COVID? Are you worried about it? And she's like, we don't go anywhere. We can't get it because we don't leave the house. So I think it's not that. We're just fine. So, yeah. And I get tested every week, so I don't think I'm bringing it home. So, yeah.
Yep. Sweet.
Yep. So, yeah, it's weird. Every week I go and spit in a cup.
Yeah, dude, fuck it. Let's just end this puppy. Let's lay in this plane, damn it.
I know. Before this, we were even talking about, should we talk about the election? Not in a partisan way, but just kind of unwind it. And nope. Let's just skip right on to 2020.
Yeah. So, last time we talked, I gave you a specific recommendation for a TV show that you were going to watch.
Yes.
And you were going to watch a second episode of Cobra Kai. So you were going to watch the show Evil on Netflix, starring Luke Cage and somebody else who I can't remember, and then the weird guy from Lost. And you said you were going to watch that, and you also said you were going to watch another episode of Cobra Kai. So how did you like those shows that you watched? Obviously watched because I had told you to watch them.
Would it count if I put everything on pause right now and watched it? No, you clearly know I didn't watch it.
No, obviously you didn't watch it.
Which is not even like, I honestly think maybe it's even more bullshit this time because I think it's been a month since we podcast just for whatever reason. So it's not like, it was only a week. But yeah, no, I didn't watch any of it.
Right. Fair enough.
So, but what I have been watching is on HBO Max. I've been going through like the Studio Ghibli movies again. So.
Oh yeah, HBO Max. That's great. How does it feel to like be able to watch that service that you pay for?
It feels pretty good. I have a feeling it's not working for you, but actually, you should tell your story because I had to buy a Chromecast just to watch it on my TV because it didn't work with my Roku's. So, but I feel like maybe you've had more of a bad relationship with HBO Max than me.
It works on your Chromecast. That's great because you know what it doesn't work on?
What's
Google
that?
Fucking Chrome. You know, the fucking internet. Like it doesn't work on the internet, the streaming service, the only internet other than like Firefox. It doesn't work on my Chromebook. It doesn't work on my Fire Stick. It doesn't work on the fucking shitty tablet I got for free 5 years ago. I can't watch any of the fucking shows I want to watch. They just put Teen Titans out. All I want to do is sit down and watch some dark brooding Robin, argue with some dark brooding Beast Boy about some dark brooding teen shit, and I can't fucking watch it because I can't fucking bring it up. Like, what the fuck?
I know.
I get it for free with my cable.
Right.
So I go into my cable. I'm like, well, maybe at least it's on demand since HBO and HBO Max are the same fucking thing. So maybe I can just push a button. I'm like, no, fuck no. No. Why the fuck would they think to put the goddamn shows on demand if you can't get them on anywhere else? What is the point of having a service if you can't use the service? Like, I just want to. So I call them, and the guy at the cable company's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. You should be able to watch that. That should be fine. It should be right there on your fucking thing. And I go to the browser. This browser is not supported on fucking Chrome.
Well,
you have an AOL CD I can plug in and see if I can find it up there? Is that a thing? I think I have a CD. Hold on, let me look. Oh, shit, I don't have a CD drive. I can't do that shit. So I don't know, dude. I guess I'm just fucked. Can't watch the fucking service I pay for.
Yeah, that was about me, like, for the first 2 months of HBO Max. I think I know why. So I don't think it's going to work on your Chromebook just because it's a Chromebook. I don't know if that has to do with a Chrome browser or not.
It used to work.
Well,
it used to be fine.
When it was when it was just regular HBO?
No. I watched HBO Max on this very computer, and it was fine. And then all of a sudden, it was like, ha-ha, not anymore, snatch. Give me that HBO Max, bitch.
And I love that you called the cable company. They're like, nope, should work. Can't help you. Basically, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Infuriating.
I know. Yeah, like in my house, we use I don't pay for regular cable. We use Roku's. We had Roku's on all our TV. And yeah, because, well, it's all because AT&T fucking owns HBO now. And so obviously they're going to fuck the whole thing up. So, but they were fighting with Roku. So like same thing. I paid for HBO Max, but I couldn't watch it on any of my televisions. Like, cause every TV that we use is, had a Roku on it. So I finally went out and bought a brand new Chromecast. And now finally I can watch it.
Great.
Oh, it's the new Google TV Chromecast. It's actually a really sweet device. But anyway.
How much was it? Like $30?
It was below 50. I think 40.
I might have to go out and get one of those because I right now I'm running my Netflix on my TV in my basement through my PlayStation 3, and I'm sure now that 5 came out there, it's just it's gonna catch fire sooner or later.
Yeah, no, Sony's gonna show up in your house and pick it up.
Yeah. Excuse me, guys. Excuse me. I just got to grab this thing from you.
You're done with that now. You're no longer allowed to. You're no longer allowed to use it.
Yeah, I actually logged in to see if I could download the HBO Max app on that. Guess what? You can't.
No, I think you could on the PS4 or the PS5.
It's actually, they said that. It said that to me. Like my PlayStation. Like, I'm not saying it printed on the screen. Like the station actually like opens its mouth and said, "You can't use it on me, but my friend 4 will play it for you if you really like." Like, fuck you. Fuck you, PlayStation 3.
Oh my God. Yes. So I mean, it is a PlayStation 3. The most messed up. Okay, so listen, by the way, so when I was going through all what you're going through now, then I was like, obviously I have the app on my phone. I could watch on my phone. I don't watch fucking movies on my phone or anything like that. I know.
How am I supposed to be able to tell what the fuck is going on in a 90% black and navy blue screen? How am I supposed to really sense the dark brooding emotion?
Oh, I agree.
Starfire on this.
Right. So then my solution, and don't go down this route with your iPhone because then you'll just get even more pissed. Because I have every little gadget that you can imagine, there is a way for me to hook up my phone to my TV. But they fucking disabled the app so that when you hook it up to the TV, it doesn't work. So you can't even do it that way.
I've never seen someone go to such lengths to have a streaming service to then turn around and make it impossible for anybody to use that streaming service. Like, they pumped a fucking shit ton of money into HBO Max to make it work. They had HBO Go, which was working perfectly, but they really wanted to have a streaming service that was better than Netflix. So they spent a whole bunch of money, built this thing, and then turned around and blocked it so nobody could fucking use the thing. Why not just let people use? Just Just let them use it. Do you think anyone is going to be like, oh, this is weird, I need to go buy an AT&T fucking whatever their machine is so I can watch the service I pay for? No, nobody's going to fucking do that. Nobody cares that goddamn much. They're just going to be incredibly inconvenienced and never want to use your product again. It's fucking asinine. I'm paying for the service. Let me use the service however the fuck I want. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You know what's crazy too is it's a really good service. I love the hell out of it. Once you get it working,
it's fantastic.
It's fantastic.
3 weeks I got to watch fucking what is the show? What's the one with the robot cowboys?
The robot cowboys? Westworld? Yeah.
Yeah. I watched that. It's fucking awesome.
It's a good show.
And the interface seemed pretty useful. And then there was like I was like, oh, there's a whole DC thing on here, which is like my shit. So I was really excited about that. Not fucking now. DC's got their own streaming service too, by the way.
I know. I pay for it and I never watch it.
You pay for that?
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to talk about that later because they've got like all of the comics on there, don't they?
Yeah, you pay. It's actually a really good deal. You pay for it and you get all the comics, and then it comes along with. I mean, it's not an amazing streaming thing, but you can see all. Yeah, they have a lot of content on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just never use it.
We'll have to talk later.
Yeah, which is dumb. It's a big waste of money, but
yeah.
I also realized that I have. I don't know why I have Disney Plus. It's really should be just The Mandalorian Plus, right? Yeah, and just cancel it every 6 months. And yeah,
wait till they put on a new season. I don't know. I have Disney Plus also, but I have not. I watched Mando, and I haven't really dug into it too far than that. A little bit of fucking cartoon Jedi or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen any of the Marvel shows yet. And like, weren't they supposed to put out like WandaVision and fucking Bucky and Hawkeye or whatever?
Yeah, that's right. I wonder if that's just
COVID delayed.
COVID delayed. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like everybody just gets the benefit of the doubt on everything because, like, I could go outside and, like, I don't know, chop down a tree in the middle of the road, and like somebody would pull up and be like, "You can't do that." And I'd be like, "Oh, COVID." And they'd be like, "Oh, you're fine. Okay, it's COVID."
I know.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. It is
Nothing
a good excuse. Yeah. Yep. It is a good excuse. I don't know if it's, have you seen how they actually filmed that show, The Mandalorian?
I assume they do it with video cameras.
Well, yeah. So I think maybe part of the reason why that one's able to get done before some of the other shows is Disney has this new amazing set. I don't know if you've seen it, where like they're basically digitally projecting the background in real time as they're filming in the studio.
Oh, no shit.
So it's not green screen. It's all, they digitally do it first in all those backgrounds. And so as the camera's moving along with the cameras, the background is moving and it's all synced a lot better. And it just looks a hell of a lot better.
And then they go in and touch it up afterwards?
Yeah. So a lot of those outdoor scenes that you see are still shot in studio, and then they digitally project it behind the actors, and so yeah, it's really crazy stuff.
Oh, that's dope, dude.
Yeah, so that could be part of the reason why a show like The Mandalorian was able to, because they could do it all in studio. They didn't really have to do a lot of on location stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. I wonder why they're not doing that with like the other shows that are taking forever.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. All I can say is that studio looked super expensive.
Well, Disney just prints their own cash, right?
No, I know. That's Mm-hmm.
Fucking isn't it Mickey Mouse on the $1,000 bill now?
Yeah. Yes. Also, like, what I do miss is seeing a big movie on a big screen.
Yeah, I'm getting there.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I don't need to rush out to.
You didn't go see Oregon's Grandpa's?
Yeah. But you know what? Actually, I think the annoying thing is, like, all the good movies, they still are holding out hope that they can make a bunch of money in a theater, so they keep delaying them. And I'm like, just release that shit, right?
Yeah, just give it up.
There haven't been any good new movies released. There haven't been that many good new movies released because they keep holding them all.
Yeah, but the problem is that when they do end up releasing them, they're going to dump them all, and none of them are going to do good. You know what I mean? Like, it's just going to be a fucking boatload of.
Right. So dump that shit now so we can see it now.
Fucking put it out.
I want to see the new 007 movie. I don't want to fucking wait till next year.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I'm sure like I am not in the majority of this at all, but I think what's his name that's doing it now is the best Bond that we've ever
Daniel
had.
Craig?
Yeah.
I really like him as Bond. So there's always that talk, like, who's the best Bond? I think each one of them has like some great points to them. I really liked Pierce Brosnan as Bond. I thought he made a really good James Bond. I really like Daniel Craig as Bond, but for a totally different set of reasons. I think Sean Connery is fucking great as Bond, but again, for a whole different set of reasons.
Who was the other dude that was in there for a little bit when they couldn't
Roger
get?
Moore.
Huh?
Roger Moore was really good.
Oh, I see. I thought Roger Moore sucked, but that's just my personal opinion.
I like.
But there was one more before Remington. Timothy Dalton. Yeah. See, part of it I think might be like, so if you go back and look at the Roger Moore movies, they weren't that good.
No, I mean they were a little more.
So maybe a lot of it has, yeah. Like I just personally love the last 4 movies a lot that he's been in, starting with
I still haven't seen like the last 2.
What's that?
I still haven't seen the last 2 just because of fucking life.
Yeah, so you should ask my wife sometime how many times I've watched all of those movies, because I own them all and I still watch them all, maybe once a month. I'm not sure why.
They're fucking great, dude.
Yeah,
there's something about him as like this tortured Bond who's just like a machine that's incredible.
Yeah, and cinematography has been really killer, and the stories have been really good. Like he's done 4, and the second one was okay, but the second
one was Quantum of Solace.
Solace. Yeah, Quantum of Solace. The first one, Casino Royale, is fucking amazing.
Amazing.
And then the third one he did is the
one about his house.
Yeah.
Fall something.
Yeah, I don't know. I've watched them so many times. Skyfall, which is
I like that a lot. Yeah.
Fucking A, that's a good movie. And then I really enjoyed the last one as well. I just think it's really good. So
the Spectrum.
Yeah, I think that's really good. So, yeah. So maybe for me, part of it is I just think these 4 last movies are some of the best movies they've made, and that makes him a lot.
To fucking have a cheese dick flying car now, you know what I mean? Like, there's just no reason with what they can do to like do some of those practical weird effects. Like some of it fucking corny as hell.
Yeah, because like Timothy Dalton and Remington Steele dude, I thought were actually both pretty good Bonds, but some of the material they were given was fucking horrible.
Less Pierce. Pierce was, some of his stuff was okay. Some of the writing was horrible. Fucking Denise Richards is a scientist or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yeah.
Do you mind if I come between the holidays?
I know. It's so funny to say that, because that one scene where, Denise Richards you first introduce her, she's a scientist, and then she takes off her fucking jumpsuit and is not wearing fucking anything. I'm like, yeah, that's why she's in the movie.
Yeah, clearly. But like Jinx was great.
Yeah, I agree. But you're right. I do like, so for me, I kind of connect with like this tortured soul of the current James Bond. Where nothing's fucking, everything is gray. Nothing's black and white.
I really like it a lot. Yeah.
So,
and I'm really curious to see how What's Her Nuts does. I think she's going to be great.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. So what else is up, man? I like the beard and the hair and the growth you got going on. A lot of nice gentlemanly gray you have going on.
Thank you. I actually have grown. I used to hate my beard, and then I got lazy. And I got so lazy that it was just a mess. Mm-hmm. And so I shaved it and trimmed it up so it would like look presentable, so I could get away with it at work. So it's sort of a beard that I have just out of laziness, but I've sort of grown fond of it. Mm-hmm. I'm going to get my hair cut tomorrow because I need a haircut bad. And I'm going to the salon where my son gets his hair cut because my barber closed. Mm-hmm. And my wife, I happen to be sitting next to my wife, and she called to make the appointment for my kid. I'm like, oh yeah, hey, put me on that. And she's like, you want a haircut from a salon? I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I just need my hair trimmed up. I feel like a mop. She's like, all right, as long as you promise to get your beard done too. I'm like, fine. Yeah, she can trim my beard. That's fine. I don't care.
Absolutely.
And so she made the appointment. So tomorrow at 9:30, I'm going to get my first salon haircut ever. I'm really excited about it.
Did your barber close just because of COVID, not reopen?
Who the fuck knows? There's one barber in town that everybody goes to. But he has decided that because he's 110, that he's ready to like not work so much. So he's open like 2 days a week from like 9 to 12. And they're both during the week. And when you go, it's like lined up out the door. So I stopped going to him like 2 years ago. And in the meantime, I was going to another small town that's like teeny tiny, about an hour away for work. So after work, I would stop into this barber and he'd stay open for me. And he was like, that guy's like legit 95. And he cut my hair really good. I really got along with him well. We had good rapport. Like it was nice to sit down and cut my hair. It was like $9 for the haircut. And I was always happy with it. And he would always stay open late for me so I could just go pop in at 5 o'clock and he'd cut my hair and then close. And so I was always the last one. There'd always be some like 2 or 3 other old dudes sitting around reading newspapers, shooting the shit with them after work or whatever. So it was always fun and funny and like entertaining.
And
like,
perfect. That's just like the perfect scenario. Go in late, be the last one, hang out with a couple of old dudes saying crazy, insane shit.
Right. So I no longer drive that hour drive for work. So I have no reason to be there to get my hair cut. So I had to find another barber in town. And I drove around town for 2 hours one day trying to find a barbershop that was open at 10 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. And finally I stumbled across this place where like this dude cuts hair and does like movie production makeup for like Christian movies. And he's got like Christian movie props all over his walls. And he's like,
I want to get my hair cut there right now, actually.
So I go in and sit down in the chair and I start talking to him, right? And I sit down and I have my keys in my back pocket and I poked a hole in his barber chair because it's like pleather. So the first thing I do is poke a hole in this dude's chair. And I'm like, oh shit, I just poked a hole in your chair. He's like, yeah, it's fine. No big deal.
Oh,
like, yeah. So he cuts my hair and he does a really good job. But while he's cutting it, I'm like, hey, I just went to, I can't believe I finally got in here. I've been going all over to try to find a haircut. And I stopped at this one place on the main strip there, sort of outside of town. So I pull into this barbershop out in the middle of nowhere and I'm telling him the story. And I go up and walk in and I got my mask on and everything. And I go up and I'm like, hey, are you taking walk-ins? And she's like, can't you just read the sign on the door? She's like she's got curlers and some grandma's hair or whatever. And I'm like, no, I missed the sign on the door. She's like, I'm not doing walk-ins. You got to call ahead and I'm booked till May. Or November, whenever it was. And I'm like, fine. And she's like screaming at me about this. And I'm like, great. So I turn around and walk back out and get my car. And I tell him this story. And he's like, oh, was that at this place? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, okay, that's my sister. I'm like,
you're like this effing bitch or whatever, and you're just going off and like, oh yeah, that's my sister.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean to like insinuate that she was like running a bad business or whatever. He's like, no, there's a reason we don't work in the same place. And I'm like, oh, well, okay. But he was clearly pandering. You know how somebody's like trying to provide you with a service and wants to like get you to come back and give you their money. You're like clearly angry, but pretending not to be. That was the vibe I got off it.
Right.
But he got good hair. So I went back in there like a couple months later and he cut my hair again and he didn't remember who I was and it was fine.
True.
So
plus, it's 2020. I don't need to know about your family drama. I got enough going on.
Yeah, dude. Basically, yeah. Neither one of us really cared at all. I just wanted a haircut. He wanted my $10 or whatever. So he cut my hair. So I left. I went back there the other day to get a haircut, and there's like 5 handwritten signs on loose leaf paper, closed with like. He didn't even use a Sharpie. It's like it's like pen, but like really hard written, like you would jot on the back of a notebook or something. So I had to find another barber. So that's why I'm going to a salon. It's going to be great. I'm really excited. Yeah.
I personally have totally given up. And I just, every 3 months, I just have my wife shave my hair. And now I could go to a salon and have him not cut off this bald spot as much and try to make it look like whatever, but I just don't even care anymore. Like every 3 months, I just give my wife the razor and just like, can we go on the porch real quick? She's like, sure. Done.
Yeah, I'm not too far away from that. But so here's the thing. I feel like that's probably where I'm headed anyway, because I'm losing a whole lot of like coverage up top there.
Right.
And but every time I get a haircut, it looks really good. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll stick around until I get a haircut.
Right. So maybe I think I've reached that point where like it just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, dude.
You know?
We're old. It's whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I'm losing weight, though.
What's that?
I'm losing weight, so that's good.
That's good. I'm impressed. I have not been.
Not because of anything in particular.
Right. Well, I think I don't know if I've gained some weight or whatever, but like, I don't know. my job has turned, I don't know how to say it. Not boring, but it's just like, it's so different now and it's so slow right now that it's, what it is I know exactly what it is actually. During normal times as a food service manager, you're up and moving around 6 of the 8 hours that you're working.
Right.
That's now like a half an hour a day. I'm still doing work and staying busy, but just service is so different that, so like I'm not moving around at all. I'm just, So it's a little harder for me at this point in my life right now to maintain weight or lose weight or whatever.
Yeah, I hear you, man.
So
I hear you. Heard any good music lately?
What have I heard any good music lately? Like I do like Public Enemy put out a new album recently, like this year, that I thought was really good. That's about it, really.
Okay.
So yeah. I've been doing a lot of like really cheesy mixes in my car. I don't know why lately, just like ridiculous bland poppy cheer you up. It must be 2020, man. I don't know. Whatever can
Can you go over a playlist for us? Do you have like a copy there somewhere?
No.
You're sitting in front of 7 computers and your phone. You don't have a.
Okay, so like lately what I've been listening to is like late 90s, early 2000s, more like early to mid 2000s emo rock like Paramore. Like I've listened to Paramore on shuffle in my car for the whole week.
Solid.
Yeah.
See, that's good.
Yeah. It just makes you happy. I don't know. If you ever listen to Paramore, every song just kind of makes you happy.
Yeah.
So
I'm a brand new guy myself
what's that?
I'm a brand new guy myself if we're looking at emo rock, but
brand new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I've been listening to. I don't know, man. Like I sometimes think having the ability to have all the music in the world at your fingertips makes it a lot harder to find something to listen to. Does that make sense?
I understand what you're saying, but I disagree.
Well, it does for me, maybe. I don't know if it's a matter of laziness or like it's so easy just to like put on Dinosaur Jr. and hit shuffle and listen to, and then that's a long time because there's like 10 or 12 albums, and then you're not expanding out into any other territories.
So I kind of agree with, like I get what you're saying, but I disagree. For me, it's all about finding new music, and I listen to that. Like, so what I do is I'll like listen to stuff, and then I'll get bored and I'll find like a list or something. And like this is the best time of year for that because everybody's top 100 songs of 2020 are coming up. So I'll like go through the list and listen to all the songs or like chunks of album and go through them and just save, and then listen to all that for like 2 weeks, and then throw it back on shuffle and then listen to songs. And then when I get bored with the songs I got saved, I'll go back and like listen to find another source and just bleed through it and get a whole bunch of stuff and then save. And if I hear a song in that list that I like, I'll dig deeper into that artist and then related artists and start to like pick up and it's like, and it goes in every direction because you find songs in all kinds of different genres and like it starts to spread out. Then like if I find a beat that I like, I'll try to figure out where they source the beat from and then find the samples and then listen to those songs and then branch out from there. And there's just it's so wide open to like dig into and like hunt really to find like different stuff that you like that I almost, until I get bored with what I'm listening to now and throw it on shuffle again, I don't hear those songs again for like 6 months. Right. And then it's all new again. But I'm like, oh yeah, I remember, I love this song. And then I'll fly away.
So you're not working you're working from home, right?
Yes.
Okay. So no on the road time basically, unless whatever it is, groceries, haircut store, whatever. So, does your job, like, are there parts of your job where you have to like not interacting, you can sit and work and listen to music or
yeah, dude.
Okay, so maybe that's part of the problem is like I can't do that in my job. In fact, I could even do it a little less now. The way, I did have some office space and there would be times where I'd, be in the office doing work and you could listen to music. But now we don't have offices anymore because of COVID safety distancing rules. So my desk is literally out in the middle of the dining hall. It's just a table with my laptop. So I can't listen to music at work at all. I mean, I could, but no, you can't. You couldn't hear it. You'd be drowning out. So,
Right.
so my main music listening time is the 15-minute drive into work and the 15-minute drive home.
Yeah, so you don't have great time.
Right. You don't have to play time. Not only that, you don't have to think of all the amazing things that you just talked about when you're driving, because you can't, you have to actually drive. I don't own a self-driving Tesla. So,
Right.
Yeah. So then, you know what? I was also getting the trap of like, oh, I don't want to go to work today. I'm just going to listen to Rage Against the Machine for 3 songs on my way to work just to get me lifted up a little bit. So,
Right.
like, I don't know. There's probably not too many people at 6 a.m. pulling up to U of M just listening to "Fuck you, I won't do what you tell me." Yeah, exactly. So I don't know, but hey, that helps me get through my day and be a good person if I get all that rage out before I get there.
Yeah, sweet. Hey, you know what else I found out cool the other day?
What's that?
So I have been looking for like a nightstand that I can incorporate my charger for my phone and my Apple Watch on the nightstand, so I can put it up there, so that I don't have to like fumble through my nightstand to try to find my alarm. In doing so, I Googled my phone and charger nightstand, and up came a charger for my phone. But I was like, oh, shoot, that's not for my phone. That's got like the pad that you just lay the phone down on. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, oh, that's not my phone. That's not going to work for that. And then I looked and it's like, said my phone. And I'm like, oh, that's crazy. So suddenly I realized my phone has got the thing where I can just set it down on a mat to charge it. I had no clue. I've had this phone since like April. Since May. I had no clue that I could just set it down on a mat. I've had one of those in my drawer. I got it free as like some promo gift from some fucking dinner I went to.
Oh, you've had one for all along?
Yeah, and I haven't. I just haven't been using it because I couldn't do it with my last phone, and now with this one I can. I'm so excited. So excited.
Yeah.
Make myself a little nightstand, cut out a little hole for the thing, and then put it on. It's gonna be great.
Nice. Yeah. Obviously, I have like 4 of those, right?
Yeah.
But so, dude, like, do we ever talk about this phone, which is my the Samsung Note 20 Ultra 5G, which is a ridiculously long name.
Yeah, I don't know on the podcast, but you've definitely filleted that phone before to me.
So the only among the other amazing things about this phone is the battery life. Like, the battery life on this phone is insane. And you think, like, just a little back story. I mean, like, this phone that's like the top of the line. It's like a freaking Ferrari, right? And I wouldn't have even bought it if I hadn't got like $1,000 discount from AT&T. There's just no way. It's a $1,400 phone, right? Beyond the fact that it's just like a rocket ship and it performs crazy, like, I can't run the battery out. I can charge it up. I tried this experiment. Like, actually, I did this last week, I think. Like, I charged it up overnight, and then all I did is plug it in on my drive to work and back because I use it for music in my car, and I only have a 12-minute drive, and the battery lasted me 2 entire days just doing that. Yeah, it's like crazy. I've never seen this phone get below 20% battery life ever.
Wow.
I know. So that alone is worth it. I don't know.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
How did you get $1,000 off on your phone?
So, okay. So I go into, here's the story. Do I have the other one around here? Here's my last phone. It's the Note 9. As you can see, I dropped it and cracked it, right? So I was at the point this summer where my contract was up. I was ready for a renewal of phone, right? But I was very happy because I had this Note 9, my last phone. It still works just as well as it did when I bought it 2 years ago. And like, I'm going to go through the whole fall and see all the Android phones that come out. And I can just pick which one I want now because I don't have to, you know what I mean? I don't have to go get a phone. And then I got out of my car and I've gambled for 2 years without a case because I hate cases. And I did okay. But like, I don't know, a few months ago, I got out of my car. I know. Well, this one, the $1,400 phone definitely has a case. There's just no compromise on that one. So anyway, I dropped the phone. And so it cracked and it stopped working. And so I had to get a phone. So I couldn't kind of wait. So I kind of feel like I would have fallen on this phone anyhow. But anyway, so I go to AT&T and I'm like, listen, I've been a customer forever. I always pay my bill on time. Never ask for anything special. Can you do anything for me? And this very cool dude is like, yeah, man, let's see what we can do to get you that phone a little bit cheaper. And then so he starts looking into it, and he's like, dude, you know what? The problem is that you've been such a loyal customer that you go way back to when you would pay, like my billing is where you pay for your past service, and everything from a certain point on is where you pay for the next month, right? And he goes, so to get to this phone, you have to get a 5G, plan because it's a 5G phone. And in order to switch to a 5G plan, you have to switch from a rears type of account to a forward paying type of account, because that's all they are now. And he goes, so the only way that I can get you to do that is that you have to pay last month's bill right now and this month's bill right now. And then, or I'd have to pay what was past due, and then I'd have to pay two bills at once, basically. Not past due, but the current bill.
You gotta pay because you got to pay forward and back, right?
Right. So I'd have to change accounts, which means I'd have to pay the current bill and the next bill all at the same time, which would have been like $700 right on the spot. I'm like, that's not helping out a long time customer. He goes, yeah, I know, man, that sucks. So long story short, they already had a thing going on. There were a very short window that week where you could trade in an old phone of a certain type and you get $1,000 off this phone. And so that's why I wanted to do it. But I'm like, I can't spend $700 right now to get $1,000 off. So I don't know. He said, well, you can call customer retention. Like they have a special customer retention line just for like this, for people that have been around forever, and see what we can do. I'm like, well, why don't you call them? Because I don't want to go anywhere, and I don't want to go leave and just call. I'll never do that. I'll just get a different phone. Yeah. So he got him on the phone right there. I don't know how he did it, but he retroly changed my account so I didn't have to pay that. He switched it. I don't know what the hell he did, but he's like, yeah, I can do all these weird things so that you don't have to pay double just to switch your account. And he goes, and I can throw in HBO Max for free on your new thing. So I ended up, and he goes, and you're still eligible for the $1,000. So I had an old iPhone for my daughter. I turned that in. He fixed it. I got $1,000 off. I got free HBO Max, which meant I canceled HBO. So all of it, like my bill went down at the end of the day. I don't know how.
Why'd you have to bring up HBO Max again? I just calmed myself down. I was just ready to get on with my life.
I'm so sorry. That was a really big dick move on my part. So yeah, so I went in. I'm like, in the phone that day, like, first I thought, well, maybe I can still go a few months with a cracked phone. I don't give a shit, right? But over the following week, it would only work like for an hour in the screen. It was like each day, it was getting less and less actual working. And so by the time I got to the store, it wasn't working at all anymore. The screen wasn't working at all anymore. So I had no choice but to get a phone. So yeah, I went from being very like, God damn it, I don't want to pay $800 just to get a $1,000 phone that I have to pay $1,400 for. So I don't know. I got lucky. But I've also had like this weird, I don't know if it's common, but I don't think so, because everybody's always bitching about AT&T. But I've been with AT&T for over a decade, and I've had nothing but the greatest luck with them. Like the Ann Arbor store people are nice and helpful, and like this whole thing right here where he did some magical things, so I able to get this phone for $400 and get HBO Max for free. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think that's the normal AT&T experience. I
ride with T-Mobile now because we were on Sprint and they got bought out.
How's that transition?
It's been a fucking disaster, dude. Like, here's the fucked up thing. I had T-Mobile for a long time before, and it was great, and I love T-Mobile. And then now there's in the transition, it's been fucked. My service has been all over the place. It's been just like bad. So we got new phones, and that's like because we were due, and we had to send 3 phones back because my wife's phone just wouldn't work. She couldn't get. It would just drop calls in the middle, and she wouldn't get text messages and all this crazy shit going on.
And this is an iPhone?
Third phone. Yeah.
That seems crazy.
iPhone SE. Mine's fine. Hers was a piece of shit. She got another one, and then that one was a piece of shit. So then I just was like, I'm getting you a better phone, and I got her an 11. And that's good.
Okay. You know what my daughter just did? We went last Friday. She went and downgraded her iPhone and got a flip phone.
How does she play Among Us then?
Well, she still has the iPhone,
Okay.
So also, I don't think she's going to play Among Us. But it was really interesting. She's like, I'm too much in my phone, and so I'm going to go down to a flip phone.
That's like a thing now that people are doing.
It is a thing. But well, here's what's interesting. So she got the Singular, which I think is a hilarious name because remember
Singular wireless, yeah.
Yeah, then it turned into AT&T like a decade ago, but it's called the Singular Flip 4. And even though it's a flip phone,
Fourth edition of a flip phone. Okay.
yeah, even though it's a flip phone, it still has like it's got tiny little apps on it. So and just a few selections. So like for instance, you can hold it still has the Google Assistant on it. So you can hold down a little button and say something to Google. Just your results come in that. Remember those really old school flip phone browser windows?
Yeah.
It still has that. It has a little tiny WhatsApp app if you want to do that. I think that's about it. But yeah, so it still has like some apps. She was playing Snake on it when that day. I know, awesome, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, but that way she's like, I'm in it too much, and you know she could still use her iPhone at home anywhere there's Wi-Fi. So, but when she's out and about, I don't know. So
Awesome.
yeah, I agree.
Among Us. Did we talk about Among Us last time?
Yeah, and I downloaded it. I haven't played it yet though. You're still playing?
Yeah, dude, that game is fucking awesome, and it's like a huge cultural thing now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Like when we talked about it, you hadn't heard of it, right?
When we had talked about it, my son had been playing it for maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and it was just starting. It was just starting there. So it was very popular, but it hadn't become quite a cultural phenomenon yet.
That's like a fucking thing.
And I was thinking about playing it the other day, but now I'm like, because I haven't played it yet, I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'll be a rookie. I'll just.
You pick up the whole thing in like 5 minutes.
Okay.
You'll be really dumb your first game, and then after that, you'll be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy online lately.
Nice.
I don't know. Just felt like getting back into sort of an MMO groove. So that's about all I've been playing lately.
Cool.
Yeah. So, but all right, I'll play that game when I watch Cobra Kai and what else am I watching?
Evil.
Huh?
Evil.
Okay, I promise I will watch that one episode of each of those. If you watch, and I got to look it up on the internet because I always say his name wrong.
So the cabin or the cabin.
Yeah, but I always say his name right. It's Bert Kreischer.
Yeah, I know who you're talking.
Yeah. He has huh?
Here's the thing. So I've got to finish Hannibal. I've got like 6 episodes of that left.
Okay.
Then I got to watch Mando 2.
I haven't watched that yet. It's only one episode out so far, I think, or 1 or 2. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they don't release. It's not like Netflix. That's why I haven't watched it because they release it 1 week at a time.
Well, they didn't drop the whole season.
No, they don't do that.
Dumbasses. What is it?
Well, no, it's not dumb. It's fucking makes AT&T sense because they know there's not a whole lot else on that service except for all the Marvel movies you've seen so far. So I would just pay for 1 month and then delete it. But now you have to at least pay for it for 3 months to watch the whole thing. Anyway, sorry.
Sure. Or you can torrent the whole thing when it all comes out.
Or you could just be like Netflix and be super, be like Netflix, be super successful by releasing a whole series at once. I know.
But okay.
Yes.
So Mando season 2, and then I got to figure out how to use HBO Max so I can get to Teen Titans.
Okay.
And we're watching Schitt's Creek, my wife and I, which is cool.
You like it?
Back in the show. I love that show, dude. I think it's fantastic. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I have no ill will at it all. It looks, I mean, I get why it's actually pretty entertaining. Nothing clicked for it. I watched like 4 episodes and I don't know.
You got to commit, man, to more than like 4 hours. Like that's the kind of show where it's like The Office, where the first couple episodes are like, I don't really get it. And then by season 2, you're like, I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah, I kind of commit to things, because I actually did watch most of the last season or 2 of Dexter. Once my wife finally got to it, and she's like, hey, this is where you should jump back in because the cinematography is all of a sudden got a lot better and the writing's got a lot better. And so I did watch like the tail end of that, and I really enjoyed that. But I know I am horrible at that kind of stuff. I don't watch enough of the episodes, but I didn't think. Okay, you're right. I can't judge it. I only watched the first couple of episodes, but I didn't think the humor was appealing to me.
It's fucking fall down funny, dude.
I
can't think of another show that's funnier.
Well, if you want fall down funny and unbelievable and inappropriate, then it would be The Cabin with Bert Kreischer.
On my list.
Don't watch that with anybody that has any sorts of sensitivities to anything. Just to be clear.
No.
Yeah, no. You know, I'm sorry. Just how the second episode starts is maybe one of my favorite things I've seen in television in a long time.
Don't tell me.
I won't tell you, but go.
Right.
And they're only 20 minutes. They're like 20 minutes long each too, which is perfect.
For our next podcast, I will watch that show.
Yeah. Watch the first episode and then at least the first whatever.
How long is it?
Huh?
How long is the season?
I don't know. I've only got I didn't even know about it. Then a friend at work told me like
I almost like 4 times.
Yeah. So I don't know how long it is or how many seasons, but he was like, so I just turned it on, I think like last night at like 10 o'clock before bed, and I was getting really tired, or else I'd have stayed up all night and watched it because it was that funny. But I think it's the first season of it. I don't know.
It is the first season for sure.
Is it?
I'm sure I saved it.
Yeah. So just watch the first episode and then the first 5 minutes of the second episode, and then you're done. You're hooked for life. Do you know who Nikki Glaser is?
Yeah.
The second episode is him, Nikki Glaser, and Caitlyn Jenner. And I think that's all you need to know. And it's amazing.
So, episodes. There are 5 episodes.
5 episodes? I think that's about all I could actually take.
I'll have that done by 4 o'clock today.
Okay. Listen, we'll have something to talk about in the next podcast for sure. I'll watch the rest of those. I'll watch the final 3.
All right.
All right, my friend. Okay. I'm going to go. What's that? No, I'm still recording. We should say goodbye.
Yeah. Okay.
Probably.
Mike. Bye.
I missed you, Rob.
All viewers out there.
You know what I can say about you, Rob?
What?
Is no matter what, you've made 2020 so much more bearable for me than it would have ever been in the first place.
Thanks, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Ironically, I feel like 2020 has made itself more bearable because it forces us to communicate with people that we really care about and spend time talking to them about completely useless and meaningless things.
I think that's very true. Well, everybody may think we're at each other's throats. I've engaged in a lot of conversations over the last 6 months with people who do not have the same philosophy of me, and they've been great conversations, and we haven't pulled out any guns or anything like that. So I agree with that 100%.
Awesome.
All right, Rob, until next time, I'll see you later, my friend. Take care, everybody.